Imagine this. What if I told you that even when you think you're making a decision, a deeper part of you has already chosen? How would that change everything? Today, we're going to uncover the secret of that hidden moment, a moment so fleeting, yet holding the key to every transformation you desire. Picture this. There exists a fraction of a second, so brief you'd almost never notice it, where the seeds of your future reality are sown. This moment happens before you speak, before you act, even before your conscious mind believes a decision has been made. In that sliver of time, an invisible energy field locks into the timeline you will experience. Sounds incredible, right? But science is starting to reveal just how true this is. You might have heard of the groundbreaking experiments by the brilliant neuroscientist Benjamin Libet. He asked participants to make a simple choice, like pressing a button with their left or right hand. What he discovered was astonishing. Brain activity indicating readiness to act appeared hundreds of milliseconds before the person consciously felt they had made a decision. Let that sink in. Your body and subconscious made an action choice before your conscious mind was even aware of it. If this holds true for something as simple as pressing a button, what does it mean for the monumental, life-altering decisions we make? What about that fated moment you meet someone who changes everything, or the instant you choose a new path that shapes your destiny? The answer lies deeper than we usually imagine. For ages, wise men and mystics have taught, true choices are made in the heart before the mind can rationalize them. Today, quantum physics takes us even further, offering a scientific foundation for these ancient teachings. It suggests that all future possibilities exist simultaneously, like overlapping waves of energy in a state of superposition. And it's your current energetic state, your subconscious's vibration, that acts as the ultimate arbiter, pre-selecting which wave will collapse into the specific reality you experience. Crucially, this isn't about a predetermined fate or taking away your precious free will. Instead, it's a powerful reminder that our conscious mind is merely the surface layer of a much larger decision-making system. This system is deeper than we realize, encompassing the profound programming of your subconscious, the unique vibrational frequency you emit, and your inseparable connection to the vast cosmic energy field. Sadly, most of us go through life unaware of this pre-choice moment. We wake up to a decision after it's already been made, finding ourselves on a train of a chosen timeline, speeding forward with no turning back. And this is where the real struggle begins for so many. If your subconscious is filled with old fears, limiting beliefs, and unhealed emotional patterns from the past, it will constantly and automatically pre-select timelines that precisely match those negative frequencies. You'll find yourself repeating familiar loops, old disappointments, and wonder with confusion. Why does this keep happening to me? Why do I always encounter the same things? Without realizing, you're simply mirroring the vibration you've been unconsciously carrying for years. But here's the game changer, the shift we crave, the door to true freedom. The moment you become deeply aware of that tiny fraction of a second, that fragile conscious gap where the cosmic energy field is still fluid and unformed, you gain the ability to intervene. You can pause just long enough to redirect your energy towards a higher frequency choice, a choice that aligns with what you truly desire, with the life you dream of. In quantum terms, It's like observing a subatomic particle before it collapses into a fixed state. By conscious observation, you can gently nudge it toward a desired outcome, a preferred potential. In spirituality, this is what sages describe as the powerful transition from reacting to life to creating life. The core principle is one. Awareness slows down life's autopilot mode, and in doing so, hands you the invaluable steering wheel back. Imagine a wave about to break on the shore. Once it shatters into foam, you can't change its direction. But in the moments just before, as it's still rolling, with the right body and board positioning, you can absolutely ride that wave exactly where you want to go, smoothly and in control. That pre-choice moment is your golden opportunity for precisely that kind of positioning. At first, you might not notice it clearly. It will feel almost invisible, fleeting like a breeze. But with subtle, consistent practice, you'll start sensing the delicate signs, the tiny yet powerful signals, a slight shift in your body's tension, a fleeting image that pops into your mind, a tiny yes or a gentle no arising from deep within, appearing before any specific thought can form. That's the doorway. And once you know the door is there, you can learn to step through it instead of letting it close unnoticed, missing a life-altering chance. Benjamin Libet's 1980s research wasn't just a challenge to the notion of free will. It peeled back a layer, revealing something far more profound about how our reality operates. The fact that our motor cortex activates the action up to 500 milliseconds before conscious awareness might seem incredibly short. But in the quantum realm, it's an eternity. Because the quantum field responds instantly to your energetic adjustments, and your first subconscious adjustment happens long before your rational mind has weighed any pros and cons. This means, in a way, reality has already started responding to you before you've even officially decided. So, how does this relate to quantum manifestation? Understand that the universal energy field isn't listening to affirmations you've drilled hundreds of times or vision boards you've meticulously crafted. It's responding to your core vibrational state, that deep, instant frequency that ignites within you before you consciously choose a thought. This is why so many people struggle with manifesting their desires, even when they're doing everything right theoretically. They're trying to overwrite a subconscious pre-choice impulse with conscious effort, but the energetic signal was already broadcasted milliseconds before. Dr. Joe Dispenza often describes this as listening to a playback of the past. Your subconscious is essentially a powerful predictive engine, constantly pulling data from old memories and emotional experiences to decide what's safe and possible for you. And it makes these decisions incredibly fast, faster than any logical argument your reason can muster. In physics, you can compare this process to decoherence. The moment a wave function, representing countless possibilities, collapses into a fixed outcome, the multitude of potential pathways narrows to just one. Once that happens, your conscious mind tends to rationalize the choice, believing it was fully in control of the decision-making process, when in reality, it's merely narrating the story after the fact, like a sportscaster recapping a game that's already ended. However, this is where the true hope and power lie for you. Quantum mechanics doesn't require you to be forever trapped by the first outcome your subconscious selects. there's still a window, a subtle, fragile gap where your conscious observation can gently nudge that wave function's collapse toward a different outcome. This is why practices like mindfulness, somatic awareness, and full presence in the current moment aren't just abstract spiritual concepts. They are incredibly powerful, actionable tools for catching yourself in that pre-collapse moment. The more attuned you are to the subtle signals of your body, a slightly faster heartbeat, a sudden clench in your stomach, a micro-expression of fleeting excitement, the more likely you are to intercept an old automatic program and instead choose something entirely new and creative. This is also where quantum manifestation completely flips the script on conventional approaches. Instead of setting a big goal and trying to force it for months or even years, you learn to recognize the micro moments where your future is being shaped and redirect them in real time. Think of it like a GPS recalculating your route mid-journey. You don't need to tear up the whole map or cancel the trip. You just need to catch the wrong turn in time before it locks you onto an unwanted path. Your consistent overlooking of these micro moments is the root cause of why you get stuck in life loops. Every time you miss them, you're inadvertently reinforcing old neural pathways and energetic imprints, making it even easier to fall back into them. Our subconscious loves familiarity. It prefers a known discomfort over an unknown, unpredictable potential. But the quantum field has no such preference. It's completely neutral. It will precisely mirror whatever you broadcast, whether it's an empowered, hopeful impulse or a habitual, repetitive one. Change truly begins with awareness. You cannot change what you don't notice. So how do we begin to recognize and effectively utilize these invaluable pre-choice moments? This process doesn't require you to add more complex rituals or increase your effort pointlessly. It simply requires you to sharpen your awareness to make the smallest intervention at the most precise moment. Slow down the mental noise. These precious pre-choice moments arise in stillness, not the stillness of your external environment, but internal stillness, the valuable quiet space between the constant stream of thoughts in your head. If your mind is constantly running at high volume, with thousands of thoughts vying for attention, you'll miss these moments, time and time again. This is why mindfulness practices, even for just a few minutes a day, aren't just nice-to-haves in your quantum manifestation journey. They are essential training tools for your nervous system to become attuned, to recognize the slightest shift. The quieter your mind, the more clearly you can feel the subtle energetic prompt as the universe presents a new possibility. This could be a sudden, inspired idea, a small impulse to act for no apparent reason, or just a deep feeling of rightness arising from within before your logical mind can analyze or argue against it. Lock onto the first feeling. When a pre-choice moment arises, remember that your body will respond before your mind. Perhaps your chest naturally opens, your breath deepens and softens, or a gentle yet clear wave of excitement washes over you. That's the signal, the energetic signature of that moment. Instead of rushing into thoughts of, how will this happen? Or, what do I need to do next? Stay with that physical and emotional sensation. Anchor it, as if you're trying to memorize a crucial moment so you never forget it. In quantum terms, you're enhancing coherence by holding the frequency steady long enough for the wave function to collapse in your favor according to your desired outcome. Most people lose this precious moment by starting to doubt within seconds of feeling it. Don't let your old programming, your limiting beliefs, sever this connection. Commit with minimal action. Contrary to what most traditional manifestation methods teach, you don't need to take massive, immediate actions to prove your intention to the universe. What you need is an aligned action, a small but decisive step that sends a clear signal from you that says, "I'm ready. I've locked onto this intention." This could be as simple as sending a text, jotting down that idea, making a small appointment, or even just changing your posture to reflect the version of you that has chosen that outcome, standing taller, smiling more confidently. These micro actions aren't about forcing the universe to do anything. They're about you confirming to yourself that you're locked onto the desired frequency, that you're ready to receive. Once the signal is sent, trust the process. You might only experience a few of these pre-choice moments each day, and they might last less than a second. But imagine what happens if you start consistently catching them, making it a habit. Your entire reality will shift profoundly. You'll no longer be chasing the quantum field, trying to catch up to what's already happened. Instead, you'll move in perfect sync with it. This is why the process often feels so much faster and smoother than traditional manifestation techniques. It's not speed for speed's sake. It's efficiency born from absolute alignment. Most people miss these opening opportunities because they're still operating from the belief that manifestation must be a long, hard, and challenging process. But once you feel the shift, once you experience how light and natural it can feel, you'll never want to go back to chasing outcomes exhaustively. The universe always speaks first, and it starts with whispers. If you consistently ignore those whispers, it has to shout. And those shouts often manifest as unwelcome delays, difficult detours, or dramatic, sometimes painful, wake-up calls. So, here's what I want you to do right now, in this very moment. Declare your readiness to embrace these precious moments. Write into the comments below, using these exact words. Locked in. This isn't just a comment. This is you taking your first conscious pre-choice. By writing it, you're sending a powerful signal to your subconscious and to the quantum field that you are ready to be aware and act with intention within that tiny, powerful gap between infinite possibilities and a created outcome. Hold on to that intention as we move forward. Every second you exist, you stand at the precipice of infinite possibilities. The universe is watching, listening, and responding, even before you speak. Step into those precious milliseconds with deep awareness, clear intention, and the energy of the very future you've already chosen, already believed in. You're not waiting for your reality. You are shaping it with every breath. If you found this message meaningful, please give this video a like and share it with someone you think needs to hear this. Together, we can create a ripple effect of change.